te mokana he. Ona she te neke shimoka. Ona, ona, ona. Ona e na rama. Ona me shene yamana. Una le sheve ana. Una le sheve. Welcome, welcome, one and all. It is Chanda Sparkles, and this is Astro Tarot Tuesday Night Live. I am so happy to be joining you on this blessed Metamorphosis Scorpio full moon. The most intense full moon we'll probably have this year. And it is closing out, bringing to an accumulation the solar eclipses that we have had. And if you think back, Taurus had an eclipse back in October, but it was at 5 degrees. This one is at 4 degrees. So we basically just flipped. We have just flipped. So start thinking back. What were you doing last Scorpio season, which would have been, around October 22nd through November the 22nd, right through there, those 30 days. Think back, because something is coming to an accumulation of something you were experiencing of deep transformation and metamorphosis back then. If you're new here, I am Chanda Sparkles, intuitive evolutionary astrologer, Hellenistic astrologer, starseed, and psychic intuitive death doula. I am a Scorpio sun in the first house and a Scorpio rising, as well as a Scorpio Mars. And this moon is right there across the way from my Mars by less than 2 degrees. It's also in opposition to, it's right on my Mars in opposition to my sun's moon or sun. I keep getting them switched. So we're getting the T-square from Pluto. If you have anything around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in any of the fixed signs, you're becoming very activated. Okay, really, if you have anything, you have a lot of different ways that we can explain the astrology. And tonight, when we're on the YouTube, if you're here on TikTok, thanks for being here, but go on over to my YouTube because you'll get to see the cards when we do all of the card readings for the astrological elements, and you'll get to see the chart. We're also going to learn a little bit about exactly where is this moon in the actual sky and what energy is it activating, what specific star is it activating. I am so excited to explain to you through the intuitive guidance of one of my actual 12. I channel a collective called the 12. They were fully integrated into me 2 years ago, although new ones have been surfacing, and we just allow the flow to go. Sometimes my voice changes, things happen, I'm in and out, most often don't remember much of what's happening during this live, especially when we start getting into the cards. So we're going to do the astrology first. We're going to speak to the week ahead so you have an idea what to expect. Mercury, yes, Mercury is going direct. He is stationing now and will go direct on Thursday. This will help because this has been one heck of a Mercury retrograde. I mean, even for me, who's born Mercury retrograde, I've had some really weird freakouts, but I think it has to do a lot with this Uranus conjoined Jupiter conjunction that we have been experiencing. And that's going to cause amazing revolution, and insights. And metamorphosis is not easy. Scorpio rules metamorphosis, okay? Think about it. It's not easy to change from one complete state of being to another. And often we don't change until we're forced to change. You know what I'm saying? So let's make sure that we all have compassion and patience and understanding, but we put up our boundaries. Scorpio rules boundaries as well, and discipline and surviving. We are surviving. This is a lot. We also have 2 planets moving signs this week. Venus moving into Taurus, where she'll be in dignity, so all things Venusian will flow a little bit easier. Mars moving into Aries, where Mars is at home in dignity as well. So the divine feminine and the divine masculine coming together, becoming more balanced, and all of those things will be more ignited within the collective in the matrix. Although, before that happens, we have Mars conjoined to Neptune, and that can get tricky, sloppy, impactful, world, earth events. We'll jump all into this when we do the week ahead astrology. Hi, everybody on TikTok. If you're here, please double tap this screen. Share it out if you don't mind. You can see everything, the cards, everything over here on YouTube or Facebook. Chanda Sparkles Astrology. We would love to have you in the Sparkle Chat tribe. All right, let's say hi to everybody who is popping in before we dig in to what this full moon in Scorpio is actually all about. Let's see what we've got here. There is Kelly Wood. Thank you, by the way, to the moderators. I appreciate you more than you really know. Thank you so much for helping me, keeping me on track, and just being so loving and so beautiful. Thank you. And Erin Sanchez. Solier, hello, beautiful. So good to see you. I'm so glad that you're doing well. Donna Lewis is here. Thank you to Donna Lewis and all of her wonderful, witchy, and amazing wisdom. Thank you so much. Let's see. That's right. Everybody, don't forget to like and subscribe. I need to kind of move this up now that we've changed things up a little bit, just so that everybody can see what's happening on the screen. Yep. Check out the description because we have a new sponsor. It is September Libra. She is a dream mystic. She can analyze your dreams unlike anybody else. And when we're dealing with Mars coming to conjoin Neptune this week, the dreams are off the hook. I had a dream last night. I sent it over to her this morning. I had a dream last night that literally floored me. I had a ground over it. It was a real scary, almost traumatic and horrific kind of dream. But I ended up in the end escaping. I mean, seriously, it was one of those that you're just like, whoa, I don't want to dream that kind of stuff. What's going on there? So yeah, the dreams are going to be off the hook. If you guys been dreaming crazy, the dreams are crazy right now. They're just crazy. Hello, Julie. Thanks for being here. Everybody on Facebook, please like and subscribe. And maybe you can share it out for me if you don't mind, so more people will find us. And Billy says tomorrow's a big moment. Good, good. Yeah, we're sending Billy big, huge moving vibes that he gets exactly what he's looking for. Thank you. And Tammy Lynn, oh, so glad that you're here. Looking forward to learning more. Yes, and being woven. We are weaving our tapestry, are we not? So glad that you're feeling better as well. And sending love to Erin Sanchez, who took a little bit of a fall, guys. Let's send out love to her. She definitely has had a wonky week. So let's just send her some love and healing, and that everything calms down a little bit. And we have many people joining in here on the chat. Janine is here. Hello, beautiful sister. And Kaden, how are you? Thank you, thank you. Love you, love you. I don't do that on these because I'm broadcasting over here, but thank you, maybe another time. And also, Amy Lewis, hi, how are you? And Sandy's here. Greetings, greetings. Sandy, we have 2 Sandys in the house over here on YouTube. If you want to come join us, everybody's over here. We'd love to have you. Let's see here. Kelly Wood, decline. I don't do those. Thank you, though. Appreciate it. Everybody wants to join in. Thank you. It's been a wonky week. Yeah, it just has. All right. Don't forget, if you do not know your sun, your moon, and your rising, go to astrograph.com. They have the best intuitive free birth chart. It was invented by Henry Seltzer, and you can get a free birth chart. They also have a wonderful time passages app if you're learning astrology. It's always important when you come to these videos that you know your big 3. Okay, sun, moon, and rising, because before I even turn on the camera, I am over in my pyramid meditating on each of your highest lights and all of the knowledge and the wisdom to come through, and the messages are timeless, all right? Although we do focus on the period, which is the Scorpio full moon in a T-square to its own ruler, Pluto, in Aquarius, while Neptune and Mars are conjoining. It's crazy. Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio. So it's like there's a lot of Martian energy. There's a lot of Plutonian energy going on here right after we've just had massive events. So lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, the Uranus Jupiter conjunction is still happening. Even though it is starting to split apart, they're also moving a degree, each of them this week. So there's a lot of, the universe is saying it's time for things to be forced, you know. And if you've been doing your spiritual hygiene and you're walking your path, you're being conscious of your consciousness every single day, you've been doing this for a while, a lot of the time it's blessings and wonderfulness coming in for you personally, but you're looking out into the world and you're looking at your family members, you're looking at your coworkers and your friends, and shit is falling apart for them. So there's a lot of chaos going on the outside. We need to learn how to keep our core crystalline light stable on the inside. I can't even tell you the kind of day I've had. This morning, first of all, I thought I got hacked for $10,000 out of my account, like literally. It ended up being a faux pas because yesterday I had to move money from one place to another. But instead of moving money from the one place to the other, I ended up moving money from my bank, which was everything I had, over to this other place, which was my stocks. And I woke up with like negative like messages in my phone, and I was like, what the hell? I mean, it took me a minute. I really thought I was hacked. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my God, I just moved that money yesterday. What the hell? How am I negative? And then my son, who has had so much, just 12 years of, really since he was born, mental illness, but 12 hard, straight years of just stuff that would blow your mind. He lost it today and called the ambulance, and he's at the hospital somewhere, and I don't know. He doesn't answer his phone. I don't know. I just don't know. So I'm being forced to release and focus on what I'm doing in order to just keep evolving, keep this metamorphosis going, understanding and trusting that no matter what's happening on the outside world, I am pristine and pure on the inside and holding him and others. You know, I heard from a few other mothers that their children are having mental illness issues today. So I would love it if we could just, because Scorpio is the psyche. Scorpio is all about, I mean, I took psychology in college. Scorpio tells you the inner workings and the deeper inner workings, the hidden inner workings of the psyche. Pluto is Hades. It's the underworld. It's things all beneath the surface, things that we just don't see. And these things are coming up for transmutation, you know, and they're coming up to metamorphosize us. And we may not ourselves be specifically getting hit with the activations here, because what? Every activation is a trigger, and every trigger is an activation. We may not be personally getting it, but those around us are. And you very well may be. You know I had to have a breakdown today, and it's not been an easy day. But I'm here, and I love you, and I'm happy to be here because this is what I love, my soul family. So I thank you so much, everybody, for being here. There is Annette Chastain. Okay, so she is going to be giving away a dream analysis gift certificate along with some mystic goods, okay? And I will probably throw something in there as well. But she's getting that all together for you. So the only way that you can win is come over to the YouTube channel. You must like and subscribe to this video, and then you comment on the replay video on YouTube. Only on YouTube can you get your name in the drawing. And this is $100 value, minimal. I mean, minimal. Normally, these things normally turn out to be a $200 or $300 thing. So you need to realize that there's a lot of intention and positive love that goes into making these creations. And she's going to also do some cards for you, you know, like, so she does oracles. So definitely be sure you come back on the YouTube Chanda Sparkles Astrology and make sure you comment so that you too can get in on the drawing. Okay. All right. Now, everybody that's here on TikTok, I'm going to say it one more time before I start jumping in. We're going to be looking at the chart. We're looking at the Sabian symbol of the Scorpio full moon. Okay. That is the meaning. Okay. It's the meaning of the actual degree point. So there's 30 degrees in each sign. And as I'm a degree astrologer, I look at those steps like Christopher Witecki would say it on Serious Joy. Each degree is a different step of consciousness throughout that sign. And okay, so like there's a piece of the pie to the astrology. Within that one piece of a pie that is Scorpio, since we're in the full moon of Scorpio, there's 3 sections. And one is the first decan, then the second decan, and the third decan, and those have their own meaning. And when you're dealing with the first decan with a 4 degrees Scorpio full moon, that's personal. That's when it really, really hits home personally. I mean, I'm getting ready this afternoon, and I get a call from the location, the facility my son's at, and he's heading in an ambulance. And I talked to him briefly, and it's all this mental, psychic voices and torment that he's been having for the past year. And I've counseled him. I mean, we come from a line of psychics. This is not a joke. I hear voices, but I'm not hearing dark voices. They said to him that they're coming to get me. The dark voices are coming to get me, and they're going to frame him. This is what he said. I'm not going to go into much more of it, but they're shocking him with electricity. I am an electric being. I often feel and sense through electricity. My grandfather was Tesla, straight up. My grandfather was Tesla. He was an inventor, invented lightning surge protectors and lightning arresters, amongst other things. So this is all really hitting home, and it's so deep, and it's tough. And it's not easy. And I'm sure you can relate on some level. So please, everyone, have compassion and surrender but have your boundaries. You know, I have my boundaries. I'm not running over there to be with him in Houston. I'm not doing it. He just had his 30th birthday, and I've run and run and run to be with him many, many times, and I'm not doing it. And I have to be okay with that and trust that the Creator has him. The Creator, even if he ends up the worst, I'm not even going to say it. I have to trust that that's what the Creator had planned, the Creator that runs through him and to him at all times. We all plan and map out our lives prior to coming into this incarnation. I know this with 100% certainty. It's hard when it's your family member, and it's hard when it's your kid. But it's hard when it could be your grandkid. It could be your best friend. It could be even your neighbor that you're close to is going through it. You know, people are going through it. Metamorphosis is Scorpio energy and Pluto energy, and it's the deep dark underworld type of energy. So be compassionate. I love you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Annette. Thank you. Yay, Soul Prospering is here. Okay, let's see here. You're welcome. You're very welcome. Okay, everybody's in the Sparkle Chat tribe over here. If you would love to come and join us, I'd love for you guys, just go to my description right here in the bio and click on the YouTube and come over. All right, so let's get going. First things first, I want to talk about the Scorpio full moon. So let's pull up the Sabian symbol one more time. I had it there on the screen when we opened, but I took it down so you could see my mug. Okay, let's see. Where did it go? I know it's here. There it is. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of these banners. Remember, you have to come back on the YouTube video. We also have Venus and Mars coming into their home sign. I cannot wait. That's going to really help. The further we get into Taurus, the smoother and more stable this is going to be. This is kind of like the last, and then we have a little bit of more stable energy, because this is just real erratic. I'm not going to say it's stable at all year though, but it's more stable than it is now. Okay, we got to get through this week, and we got to get it partially through next week, because we want to let Venus get out of her square over to Pluto. See, anytime planets enter a sign, Pluto's going to be there aspecting them for the next 2 years, minimal, if not longer. Okay, because he's at 2 degrees, he's slowing down, he's going to go retrograde at the 1st of May, and then he's going to come back and hit Capricorn, and all hell's going to break loose between September and November. And then he's going to go on forward in mid-November, and he's going to go through all these degrees again, 1st and 2nd degree that he's at right now. And then he'll just keep trucking, and he won't come back to Capricorn forever and ever in our lives. I'm getting T-squared. My son's getting T-squared. It's not easy. It's not easy to get T-squared by Pluto when it's your own stuff. You're a Scorpio, Sun and Rising and Mars. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to read this Sabian symbol, just so that everybody understands. This is the Scorpio full moon at 4 degrees. Double check. Let me just double check, make sure I'm correct here. Yeah, it's the Scorpio full moon that is happening today at 6:48 p.m. and that's Corpus Christi Central Time. You'll have to change it up for your own time frame. And it's happening at 4 degrees and 17 minutes in opposition to the sun. That's always an accumulation. You know, a full moon is when things come to light, things come to accumulation, things show up, right? But it's in a T-square to Pluto. That's not easy. That's some challenging stuff. Woo woo. The nodes, this is a fated time. You know, the nodes are speaking directly to Mercury, as Mercury is just crossed. Has just approached and crossed and stopped on the nodes. Okay, the nodes of fate. North node is the future collective, where we're going, what we're learning from in Aries, the I am that I am. First sign of zodiac. South node Libra. Oh boy, there's two of us. This is relationship time, and I have to figure out codependency issues, basically. Mercury, this has been the worst Mercury retrograde. I mean, I'm just like, what the fuck else is going to happen here? I'll be glad when he stations, and he's going to station for a long period of time. He's just going to sit there for a few days. It's like he's just going to be there. It's so weird, because it's like normally he stations and he moves right along it, and this time he's not. He's stationing and he's hanging out there, really saying, are you embodying and creating your newest ego? You know, and understanding that your ego is something you have to have in order to be here. Okay, so I'm going to get off of that before I start flowing through this whole chart, and it's not time yet. Okay, now then, let's go back here. Okay, so let's read the Sabian symbol, the meaning of this full moon. Wrong one. So it's called a massive rocky shore, and the key word is stabilization. The theme, a firm foundation. This symbol speaks to the reassuring effect that solid and lasting or permanent things have on the lives of men. The image of a massive rocky shore symbolizes hardiness, durability, safe harbor, or security. The shore itself alludes to water and emotions. The suggestion here is that inner strength or psychological fitness is the foundation and basis of a stable outer life. On a practical level, this symbol can refer to the rock of Gibraltar, or pillar of strength qualities found in those individuals who are recognized for their ability to stay calm and collected in every and even the most challenging or volatile of situations. So the positive here is this symbol represents the strength of character, dependability, and persistence. The negative is dogmatism, stubbornness, and resistance to change. So, practical and pragmatic in a crisis. You know, what came to mind for me was like an ER nurse or doctor. You know, you have to go into the ER doctor. You sure want you a Scorpio at this degree point. You know, you want somebody who can, okay, it was just like me today. I lost myself, but then I gathered myself very quickly. You know, you want somebody who can handle crisis and chaos and still be able to be a stabilized type of person. You know, what's hidden underneath must come out first, though. That's just like the ocean itself hitting up on the rocks, right? The ocean itself hitting up on the rocks, we don't know what kind of storms are happening underneath that ocean. We don't know what's going on down there, right? But the ocean doesn't come up and show us, most likely, right? Just like that person that's able to be stable in a crisis, you know, and we're talking about volatile situations. You know, this Scorpio can be very volatile. I'll give you a good example. I had a sacred medicine journey over here this past weekend. It was beautiful. I mean, every single thing about it was amazing. It was so, it was like we all did this grid together, and we did the blessing and everything we did prior. But then we all were called, each of us, after the 12-strand DNA activation that we did. We had this video that we watched, this 12-strand DNA activation from Team Light, Unite the Light conference, in Sedona, I think from 2021. I used that because it's really, really good. Anyway, as soon as that was over, each of us knew exactly where we needed to go on the property to receive what we needed to receive for the activation. And we created our own grid without even realizing it, because we're conduits of the light, right? It was beautiful. But in the middle of that, kind of like towards the end, really, I saw a boat going really fast down my canal. And I said, hey, you in a hurry? You need to get somewhere quick? And they just looked at me. And I said, you need to slow it down, because if they go too fast down the canal, it can ruin my decking, right? Okay, I'm going to get this off here. Sorry you can't see me. Anyway, so that is the Sabian symbol. Thank you guys for bearing with me. I love the Sabian symbols. They give me more understanding and clarity to what the overall energy is for this full moon. Or, even if you wanted to look it up for your own sun sign, you can look it up online, look up Sabian symbols, and then you can look up the degree for your sun sign, and it really gives you a lot of insight. I do that quite a bit with clients, especially if it's their first time with me. Okay. Well, that just went flying. That is Scorpio. You see that right there? That is Scorpio. See there? It's a fossil. But it's also Taurus, because it's stable. You see, it's on a stable rock, and it's there now, and it's been brought from underneath the earth. Things get excavated when we start dealing with the Scorpio moon. All right. So I want to do the week ahead calendar real quick, and then we'll go ahead and pop up. Oh, I was going to take these off. Hold on. Let's do that. No. All right. Now I'm going to pull up the Scorpio chart on YouTube. If you're on TikTok, come over to my YouTube and you can see the chart. I'm sorry, but eCam software won't let me hook into TikTok for some reason. So otherwise, just hang out and listen. It's good stuff. Okay. So let's go over here to that. Okay. And then I'm going to go here. Okay, the Scorpio full moon happening at 6:48. Like literally, it's happening right now. The exactitude of this moon is happening right now. So we're all here together to transform, to metamorphosize our life, and to set positive intention that others will be able to do the same. Okay, so here you have the full moon in opposition to the sun at 4 degrees and 17 minutes. Full moon in Scorpio and the sun in Taurus. Okay, now we have Pluto in a T-square. You see that? That is a T-square right there. All right, and so keeping that in mind, I have something I want to read you about Pluto. Okay, so this is from the Cosmos and Psyche. Cosmos and Psyche. Okay, in case you want to take a little picture of it. By the way, I'm building my Amazon store, and I'm going to put all the books, all the tools, all the things that I use in the link of the description, so that you will be able to just easily go find everything that I use in case you want to learn. Because that's really why you're here, is to learn, right? It's by Richard Tarnas, Majestic, Sweeping, and Profound. This is a really good one. Okay, it's the passion of the mind, because Scorpio is our psychological processes, okay? But since this moon is in a T-square with the sun and Pluto, I thought it'd be a good idea just to hear a little bit about Pluto. Where'd I have it? Okay, here it is, to summarize. Pluto is associated with the principal element of power, depth, and intensity. With that which compels, empowers, and intensifies whatever it touches. Whatever Pluto comes in contact with, either in aspect or like straight up in your chart, it's going to compel, it's going to intensify and empower that planet in that sign of that house. It can sometimes be overwhelming and catastrophic to extreme. With primordial instincts, aggressive, destructive, and regenerative, volcanic, and cathartic, elementive, transformative, ever-evolving, with the biological processes of birth, sex, death, the cycle of death and rebirth, with upheaval, breaking down, decay, and fertilization. It is decay. You know, think about how a carcass on the side of the road decays. That's Plutonian. That's Pluto. Violent discharge of pent-up energies. Purifying fire. So it's divine, pure fire to purify. Back in the day, how did they purify? They take fire to the blade before they, started to cut into you. If you had, I don't know, let's just say you had an arrow stuck in your body. Situations of life and death, extremes, power struggles. Oh my God. All that is titanic, potent, and massive. Pluto represents the underworld and the underground in all scenes. Elemental, geological, okay? My dad's a geologist, right? And a lot of what he would excavate, like I would go out when I was a little girl on the oil rig with him, and we would study what they're pulling up from the ground to see if those rock specimens underneath the microscope were ready, if this looks like it's really going to, hit here, or if we need to go deeper, kind of thing. That's very Plutonian. Instinctual, political, social, sexual, urban, criminal. Yes, Pluto is ruling all of the criminal acts of the world. Mythological and demonic. It is dark, mysterious, taboo, and often terrifyingly reality that lurks beneath the surface of things. Beneath the ego. What's beneath your ego? We have the North Node in Aries. Mars is the ruler of Aries and Scorpio. It's a terrifying reality that lurks beneath the surface of things, beneath the ego, societal conventions, and the veneer of civilization. Beneath the surface of the earth that is periodically unleashed with a destructive and transformative force. Pluto impels, burns, consumes, transfigures, and resurrects. The whole process of Christ, that whole process of the death and the rebirth, all Pluto type of energy. In myth and religious terms, it is associated with all myth of descent and transformation, and with all deities of destruction and regeneration. Death and rebirth. Dionysus, Hades, Persephone, Pan, Medusa, Lilith, Inanna, Isis, Osiris, the volcano goddess Pele, quintessential serpent power. The serpent is Pluto energy. Kundalini, Shiva, goddess Kali, and Shakti. All Plutonian energy. So you take that and you put it with Scorpio. Intense, instinctively driven. I will survive no matter. And I'll do it with the calmest of grace that I can. Now that's an evolved Scorpio. Scorpios that aren't evolved lose their shit. And I almost lost my shit on that dude going down the thing. But I did it in a calm way. I was like, hey, you in a hurry? You got somewhere to go? He knew what I meant, because he knows he's not supposed to be making a big old wake down the canal here. It can ruin everybody's stuff. Not if somebody had a boat sitting there, knock the boat up against the bulkhead. It's not cool. And I don't put up with that shit. I just don't anymore. Now, I could have done it a lot worse, trust me. And back in the day, I did. Back in the day, I didn't think twice about just laying into somebody and raking their ass over the coals and not thinking twice about it, because I was a young Scorpio. I was not evolved. So you'll be seeing people out there in the world, and you'll be seeing a lot of this stuff coming up. We also want to make sure that you understand that, so all of this happening while we still have Jupiter and Uranus over here. Now, look, he is Jupiter, the planet of expansion, gift-giving, freedom, deep thinking, wisdom, long-distance travel, the planet that expands and magnifies everything it comes in contact with. Magnification. Let's blow it up big. Sometimes can overdo it. Overdoing it. It's just too much. You know, sometimes you just, and when you're dealing with Mercury, still in retrograde in station, and he's vibrating, so all of his communication and all of this stuff, that's a perfect example that I thought I was hacked. I thought my bank account was emptied by somebody else, but it was me. I was trying to pull out money yesterday for somebody who needed it, because I was trying to help somebody that really I knew needed this money. And I've successfully managed to make that happen. But so to cover my ass, I moved some money so that I would have money at my disposal. And I moved the only money I had back into the other place. So now I got to wait 48 hours before the new money comes in. So I'm calling I'm like calling anybody that a bill might hit, you know, the auto draft bills and all that stuff this morning. It was crazy. Crazy. So anything communications wise and around money, Taurus deals with money, and that's the opposite sign. Taurus is simple and steady and wants it easy. You know, wants it more laid back. Scorpio's more complex, right? And so when you're dealing with Jupiter and Uranus and Taurus, and let's get real here, you know, this is not going to be over anytime soon. That's going to be going on till in May, all right? Now, the exactitude of it has already come to be, but they're chasing each other. Here in just a few days, couple days, they're both going to be at 22 degrees because they're both about to move. Okay, one's at 59. Uranus will be at 22 degrees tomorrow, most likely. Let's see. Oh, okay, I'm not going to go there. It is tomorrow. He's already at 59. So, speaking over here to Black Moon Lilith, which is the goddess Kali energy. The demon slayer goddess Kali energy. Black Moon Lilith. Bringing up all of our fears. Bringing up all of the deep dark so that we can slay the demons of the shadows that lie within us. And it's happening in a sudden, unexpected way. Yeah, we'll be playing with the Kali cards here just shortly. So, and it wants to be revolutionized and resolutionized. In order for revolution to happen within the matrix, there must be resolution. So we have to resolutionize it. You see? Right? Woo, it's a lot. It's a lot. This is a lot. You know, when you look at all these planets right here, look at this. Boom. You've got Saturn in Pisces. Mars just last week crossed Saturn in Pisces, and that's challenging. But now we're dealing with Mars and Neptune. The victim, the victimizer, the martyr. All the same energy, by the way, when you think about it in a higher consciousness way. And that's going to be hard. And that's happening this week. And I got a lot of notes to go over on that. So, but I just want you to see also, Mercury retrograde is staying right here with this North Node, saying, are you communicating, and have you really learned how to evolve into a higher consciousness ego. Because this is going to keep going. We will not have a full-on new ego until next year, when this nodal axis, which is halfway there, it's got to go all the way back, and then it's going to be in Pisces, and that's going to be a whole nother story for the collective. Chiron, the wounded healer that was with this solar eclipse that we just went through. Man, you know, I felt amazing. I thought it was an amazing eclipse. I felt a lot of healing. I felt like I stepped into a new timeline. I felt like the whole new paradigm of existence began for me personally. But some other people, not so much. This is why it really is important that you know your chart. It really is important that you know, it helps as a GPS to your life. You know, I know for a fact I'm not trying to launch anything this week, but I'm looking, because I know by next Monday, Tuesday, I'm launching stuff. I've got to get stuff moving on some things. But this whole week, as far as starting new projects and doing things like that, no, because Taurus still is the sign of I have. It's already about what you have. It's not about what you can gain. It's not about what you can get. It's not about what you receive. Okay? So the simple, stable things that you have in your life is what you're working and cultivating on right now. Scorpio is complex and magnetically attracts it. And gimme, gimme, gimme. You know, I receive. That is Scorpio. So you have to kind of find that even balance. When you're dealing with duality of two different signs, it's still the same energy, just two different signs. Two sides of a quarter, still one quarter. Same concept. Same thing with your north and your south node. Even though, yes, you're cultivating, moving forward, and trying to learn all of the characteristics and essences of being of your north node, you still have to realize that that south node is very present, because it's a lot to do with your past, your childhood, things that you used to do that you're real familiar with. But you're challenged through life to get into that other essence of being. And the collective right now is challenged to let go of codependency, to let go of feeling like you always got to be there in that relationship, feeling like you always got to be the balanced one in the relationship. Aries don't care. Aries just going to do what they want. Straight up. Aries energy is I'm taking control. I'm pioneering. I'm instinctual. It's instinctual, innocent fire that really just doesn't even know. Like literally, they just do it. They just do it instinctually, you know. They don't stop to think and start to balance things out, right? So anyway, I wanted to show you guys that chart. I'm going to go back here to my notes. I hope that helped you a little bit. We're going to jump into this a little bit deeper, and then we're going to move into the cards. If you're on TikTok, please double tap the screen. Come on over to the Astrology and see everything. We're about to do the cards right now. It'll be amazing. So let me get rid of this. Boom. Thank you. Go here. Perfect. Perfect. All right. There we go. Sparkle Tribe. Erin just put it there. She's got it right there. Go to astrograph.com and learn more about your chart. It's a really great place. And I don't get any sponsorship money or anything from them. I just know I make all clients. If you're new with me, you're going to have to go do that. So you might as well do it. Okay, so let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right, let's go. Let's go. Okay. Bam. Now we're back. We're back, darling. My hair is so flat. I had such an idea for this hair, and it just did not come out the way I wanted it. So, oh well. It's that kind of a day. It's real sensitive. People are real sensitive. Okay, Tracy Lee, do not come in here blowing up this whole stuff. Okay, go to YouTube. Don't do that. It's not the day. It's a Scorpio moon day, square Pluto. You don't want to come in here and start putting all that in my chat. I'll block you. I love you, but don't start with that shit. All right, here we go. We are going to look at the week ahead calendar real fast. I've already spoken quite a bit to this, but I have notes that I don't want you to miss. All right, here we go. Oh, one other thing. Venus has gone invisible. Why are people texting me in the middle of this show? Good grief. Venus has gone invisible, and she goes invisible for about 3 months, okay? So when Venus goes invisible, so she is going into the underworld, okay? And she's going to be reborn, the evening star. Venus as the evening star is very different than Venus as the morning star. So it's interesting. She's gone invisible in the sky, and she's diving down to the underworld, and she goes through this whole big long process. And I probably will make a separate video just on that. And I still got to make my Chiron video. But just know that everything Venusian, your money, okay, resources, beauty, making big changes and stuff like that, there's going to be hidden elements that are going to come up that you're not going to understand or recognize. So be in that knowing. Okay, Venus is not really showing when planets go invisible, their positive characteristics go invisible too. You see, even though it's going to be way more positive when Venus enters into Taurus. It's important to know that. She goes into a death and rebirth cycle. Everything right now is in a death and rebirth cycle. Everything. And that's going to be pretty strong for at least another 10 days, maybe 2 weeks. We're dying to the old themes and the old patterns and the old programming that we always used to do. All the old stuff that we used to do is dying away. So, like, I'll give you an example. I used to go and boom, if something happened to my son, I was right there to help. I ain't doing it. And I knew this. I knew something was going to come with him. I knew it. Because I know the astrology. But I'm not going to be running to do anything. I'm going to work energetically. Work on the energy of your situation. Remembering that you plus another person creates a third energy, right? Because it's 1 + 1 = 3. And that third energy is where you want to work energetically if you're doing like prayer work, or if you're doing any kind of, intentional work or candle work, or working with crystal grids, or whatever you do. Maybe you make stuff up in the cauldron, whatever it is, energetically. Always, it could be you in a work situation. It could be you and your mother. It could be you and your property. Maybe you're having issues with your property. Maybe you're getting hit in your 4th house with this moon. And it's like, son of a gun, I've got to do this to my property. Sit down and spiritually work with the energy of the situation first, because everything begins with the energy, correct? All right, so Venus. Taurus is physical realism, is what I wrote here. I write a whole bunch of notes when I'm just like going through my day and I know what's happening in astrology, and I'll think of things, downloads come, and I just write them down. Taurus is physical realism. Scorpio is emotional realism. Okay. The moon is the activator of the metamorphosis through what we already have. Please write it out, moderators. The Scorpio moon is the activator of metamorphosis through what we already have. So what do you have that you already have been working on? That maybe it's even within you, okay? Because this is deep, underlining emotional stuff. Emotional wisdom and insights come through what you already have. Because Taurus is I have. And you always have to look to the opposer. This is all happening right now. And Mercury's come to a full stop. This is something that you're going to be getting an instant return on. Like, there's going to be something that shows up that's activated today during this full moon, and then it shows up in the next few days that you're like, oh my gosh, I got an instant return on that because I had activated it back in October, or I had activated back at the eclipse. See, all of these eclipse energies are still in play because the eclipse energy lasts 6 weeks to 6 months. 6 weeks strong. But it could play out sometime between now and 6 months even. Whatever happened that activated back then on the eclipse. The solar eclipse in Aries with Chiron, the wounded healer. the awkwardness of it all. We are uncovering the deeper desires and survival instincts. We are embracing the shadow, which equals the transformative light. We're not scared of our shadow. We're not saying, I'm going to hide this deep, dark stuff. We're not saying that we know it all. And okay, even though I did this deep, dark stuff and I feel this deep, dark stuff and this deep, dark stuff, I'm not going to shove that under the rug. I'm going to address it, work with it, love it, transform it, transmute it. And once you just acknowledge something within yourself like that, you know what happens? It transmutes itself, most likely. And it does move on within your energy field. Speaking of the energy, just the energy field, right? I love that. The shadow embraced equals transformative light. The shadow embraced equals transformative light. Okay, I would love to see. Okay, I guess okay, where are my moderators? Please write it down. I would love to put it up on the screen. Okay. Hello. So, write this down if you're hearing me. I don't know if you guys are way behind or what's going on, but it looks like all of the comments are way far behind me. I don't know what's happening there. It's kind of strange. All right, we'll just keep going. Hopefully you'll find it and you'll write it. The one I wanted was uncover the... Okay, wait. The moon is the activator of metamorphosis through what we already have. The moon is the activator of the metamorphosis through what we already have. Okay? Just write that out for me if you will. I would appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Because we're already on to the second one that I wanted to write. But that's good enough. The culmination of this eclipse season is happening now. It's all coming together now. And Saturn is helping to stabilize our emotions. This is coming in with Saturn being in a trine, to this moon. So that's happening late tonight and into tomorrow. Oh, excuse me, late tomorrow into Thursday. So late tomorrow into Thursday, this moon is going to be in trine to Saturn. This is good. So whatever's happening now, Saturn's going, okay, let's calm it down. Let's structure this a little bit. Let's get real with this and see how we can move forward from all this. Okay. And that's going to be happening tomorrow evening. But we have a lot of releasing of resistance to change. This is coming through. Thursday is not going to be, if it's a Wednesday night into Thursday, Friday, Saturday, it's not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. Not going to be easy. We have lots of resources, our currencies, all kinds of things being hit. We're going to end the week ahead calendar with innovation, big expansion for the next 6 years is happening, unlike we will ever see in our lifetime. Unlike we will ever see in our lifetime. And resources and currencies, this is going to be like people losing their mind, earth events, lots of resistance to change kicking off on Thursday. Mars and Neptune, we're going to be really feeling this strong. We're already starting to feel it right now, but we're really going to start feeling it strong Wednesday night into Thursday, Friday, Saturday. The moon will move into Sagittarius, and Sagittarius wants to be jovial, it wants to be happy, it wants to go on adventures. So it's the optimistic sign ruled by Jupiter, right? But Jupiter just came through the hugest conjunction that he's had with Uranus in 14 years. Okay, so it's like, woo, there's still a lot of tension in the matrix, tension within ourselves. So the moon will enter Sagittarius late at night on Thursday after Mars and Mercury have trined this moon. That's still, this is a long time full moon in Scorpio. It's not like it just happens and it's going to go away, because it's happening at 4 degrees. So we're going to have full moon for 2 days, 2.5 days more. Okay. I don't like to say it, but there's going to be a lot of oil and gas chemical leaks. And let me just tell you, it already happened to me. Yesterday, I go outside. I'm just going out just to sit on the patio in the evening after I had dinner. And I'm a pet baby, and I'm smelling gas. And I know the smell of gas very well. Trust me. I was raised in the oil and gas industry. My parents, my family, everybody's oil and gas. I went outside and I smelt it, and I thought, oh God, I hope the gas that's like connected to my pool isn't going wonky or something, right? I was real concerned, very, very concerned. And so anyway, long story short, I go down to the canal and there's gas everywhere. There's gas everywhere. All in the canal. And I'm like, oh my God, the sea life. I'm like, so I start immediately. I just like start clearing. I'm just energetically clearing, trying to do what I could do to get it. Cause it's all up in like my boat dock area. And I look over, and next door is my neighbor, and he's got this big gas can. And I'm like, hey, you're spilling gas into the canal. And he was like, I know, my dad just bought this. Or his uncle lives there. He lives with his uncle. My uncle just bought this, and I'm trying to make it stop. I'm like, you need to make it stop. This is not good. So oil, chemicals, gas, all kinds of different things, right? That goes with Mars and Neptune in Pisces at these tail end degrees. Okay, strongest degrees for the collective. The last decan is all about the collective. The first is the personal. The second is like how you relate with the collective. Okay, so these are oil and gas, chemical spills, earth events, flooding, and of course death. People will take their death exit. This is death. It's a beautiful portal to leave. And it's blocking people and not handling, or not going to be in the middle of people's BS. Like, I'm not going to deal with people's BS at all. I'm just not. I have enough stuff to deal with. I work 7 days a week, basically. And I work until sometimes 9, 10 o'clock at night. Most evenings. Sometimes I'm lucky and I get to eat dinner by 7:30. And I have a couple hours to myself. But I'm still working. I'm still watching. I'm still paying attention. This life is not something I chose. It is what I am. And this is all about being Scorpio. And embodying survival. Embodying integrity. It is very integral sign. I'm not going to put up with the BS. Just cut it. And then not think twice ever again. Ever. Like, literally, I have no issues with doing that whatsoever. So come Saturday, the Sag moon is communicating and battling with all of these Pisces planets, okay? So this is a major storm weekend in multiple ways. It could be psychic. It could be addiction. It could be going into the mental hospital. It could be literal storms, like sea storms, floods, all kinds of stuff happening. Shake, rattle, and roll is going to be happening for a while with the earth, because we're dealing with Taurus, ruled by the earth. Taurus is, in my opinion, ruled by the earth. Taurus is the earth. It's simple earth. You'll also be seeing stuff like people. Okay, so the guy that set himself on fire, for his cause. Now, I'm never advocating that whatsoever, but that is this whole transformation metamorphosis with Pluto in a T-square, because Pluto is in Aquarius, which is all about the collective. My cause. I'm so passionate about my cause. I've lost my mind. I've set myself on fire so that I could leave behind an important stamp on this situation. That is Pluto in Aquarius. When you have Neptune with Mars, while that's happening, this can be very explosive. You know, we want a lot of fun because we have the moon squaring Saturn on Saturday, and then we have the moon in square to Mars. But this moon is in jovial Sagittarius, so it's like, normally when we get to Sag, we're like, yeah, okay, we're done with the deep, dark transformation for a couple of days. We got a couple of days of little easier going energies, right? Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. Not this time. The best way to utilize this energy is to get serious, plan, get to work. Yes, try to bring in your bliss and your joy while you're doing it, but also to hold space, hold your boundaries. And I've got all kinds of energies coming in, so we're going to start wrapping this calendar up. Mars Neptune is the suicide bomber. So Monday, Venus moves into Taurus, okay? And then the moon moves into Capricorn. So, no, I'm sorry. The Monday, Venus moves into Taurus. The moon moves into Capricorn early Sunday morning. Sunday is not a day of rest. Sunday is a day to work. Get ready. Practical, plan, discipline. Don't play the victim. Literally, I have it written here. Don't play the victim. This is not a time to be playing the victim. You will not end or fare well. Venus will be in square to Pluto all next week, presenting challenges. Once Venus passes this square to Pluto, which will be about a week, not this week, but the next week after, things will settle down a little bit. But still, we got some pretty positive stuff coming because Monday, Venus moves into Taurus, and then Mars moves into Aries. Okay? I don't think it happens Monday, but no, Mars enters Aries on Tuesday. So it's one after the other. Venus first, ladies first on Monday, and then Tuesday, Mars enters into Aries. And that'll help us a lot. But every time a planet enters a sign, what happens? That planet has to square Pluto or sextile Pluto or something Pluto, because Pluto's hanging out at those beginning degrees at 2 degrees of Aquarius. So this is one thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another, one thing after another. But Pluto will go retrograde on the 2nd of May, and that is next week as well. And we have Beltane on the 1st of May. So there's a lot coming energetically that's a little more positive, a little more lighter, a little more stabler. And that, my friends, is the astrology of the week ahead. Let's now get into the cards and have some fun and let the guides come in who keep rolling up through here. I can feel them. And I thought I saw a shadow out of the corner of my eye, so I know that they're here. So we're just going to let them come on through. We're going to shake it off. Whatever kind of energy, negative stuff. We ain't going to do all that. We ain't doing that. Ain't doing it. All right. So, my friends, my family, I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you to the moderators. Thank you to everybody who's helping us through this very transformative evening. Sarah Lynn says, I'm going through it now with my victim impact statement. We're going to court soon. What I have going on is no doubt mirroring what's going on in the collective. Yeah. So work with the energy first. Remember, if you get wrapped up in the 3D reality of it, it's kind of hard to process, right? It's like, it bogs you down. It's hard to deal with. Try to go into the energy of your situation. Not the actual situation itself, but the energy of it. You plus that situation. 1 + 1 = 3. 3. The third energy. It's really easy to work with like that. Hello, Joe. Thank you for being here, my dear. Really nice to see you here. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's do these cards. Let's do the cards. Let's do the cards. Hi, Joshua. Yay. And Karen's here. Wow, cool. People are loading in. I see you all there. Mariah Moonflower. Hi, sweetheart. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so let's dive into these cards, shall we? Card time. It's cards time. So let's do that. Boom. I have to say a big shout out and a thank you to Jerry Lynn, my sweet soul sister, who's also a moderator, but she always has the hardest time with her internet because she lives in the boonies of New York. But she sent me so many amazing things, so many beautiful stones and crystals, and a new card deck, Ostara, the Ostara card deck, which I have over there charging in the window. I didn't want to use it tonight because it wasn't quite time for it. It's still marinating and bonding with myself in the Sparkle Shack here. But thank you. She sent me this beautiful gold obsidian Scorpio. Do you see that? Is that not amazing? Look at this. Look, I'm going to show everybody on TikTok. Look how beautiful this is. Isn't it neat? Look at that. So beautiful. It's big. It's heavy. That's a really cool one. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I always love gifts. Thank you. Thank you. So the Scorpion Obsidian is going to be hanging out right here on the board as we go through the process. And because I have a lot of children issues, and you know, the Chiron wound is my inner child and my children, I went ahead and brought out the inner child healer. So sending you those light codes. This is a record keeper. You see all those lines on there? These are records. And when you rub your thumb or your finger in meditation, it brings back times of past, or if you don't believe in past lives, it's from your childhood. It brings memories back in order to be healed. It's very beautiful. So we've been having that holding space on the board, and I think actually I'm going to just keep that here because that's kind of helped me to ground as we go through all of this, because you just never know with this crazy night what else something might happen. Okay, we are playing, of course, tonight with the Tarot of Sexual Magic. Remember, on TikTok, you can see all the cards on the screen if you come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology. And we're playing with the Beautiful Creatures Tarot. I always bring them out around Scorpio season. I just love them, love them. And we've got the Spellcasters Tarot, and of course, the Kali Oracle. We've been playing with the Kali Oracle tonight. Everybody will hear from Ma Spellcasters Tarot. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go, let's go. And the Earth Bone Oracle. I love these. They're very scorpionic. Earth Bone, Kali, Spellcasters, Sexual Magic. If you got children in the room, you might want to close their eyes because it gets a little X-rated. And then we have the Everyday Enchantment Tarot. I kept this out just because I felt like it needed to stay out for some reason. It was just like, you're going to keep these out because they need to. And I was like, okay. So there we go. I also have the Jupiter Bowl out, as well as the Third Eye Bowl, which I consider to be the highest. I think it's the highest pitch one. Double check. And this is the other thing. All my bowls, I always keep different kinds of Lumerians. Yes, the B Bowl. I always keep different kinds of Lumerians and Doras in the inside. Ooh, that sounds different when you put it on the table. I've never done that. Isn't that interesting? All right. I'm just going to clear the space a little bit with some lovely sage. And I put my candle out. Dang it. That's all right. We have a backup. We can use this one. There we go. I have a itty bitty. I have a blue sage and lemon candle going over here. It's so lovely. It's a hand poured coconut wax blend candle, and it's just lovely. It's lovely for spring. You want to bring in all of those spring scents. I love coconut for spring. Anything coconut, I just love it. I love it, love it. But I love the coconut wax myself. All right, here we go. No shete mokana, una shete mokane, una shete monake shete namakahana he, una lake shete monai, una shete niki. Ini chika e shikamuka anai, iru shika anu e, una ika shikutika ai, una shitike no e, una shitu naki. Inu shite una kare ena shite una lete una shete mokana hai ramba shakane he mokana hai ramba shete mokene he inu I shiki a I shika o a ani I una shi a o uki ama a I randa shete mokana hai ramba shete mokana he shetu makana he rashu. And to the heavens we call in the angels, the ancestors, the galactics, the guardians, and the gateway keepers to assist us with your read tonight. It is an auspicious April, right? So who's first? Looking for it, looking for it. Who's going first? Air. Thank you. Air, 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 air. Let's call in the air signs. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, so everybody that is on TikTok, pop over to the YouTube channel and you'll get to see all the cards and all of the readings. Okay, air signs. We're playing with air signs. We're going to go ahead and move this little screen on up in so we have a closer view of the cards. There we go. Right like that. Perfect. Okay. And we're going to start out with the Spellcasters Tarot. All cards have been smudged and programmed for your sun, moon, and rising. Sun, moon, and rising signs. For the Scorpio Metamorphosis moon. Air signs, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. I know times have not been simple for you guys because you're getting all of that energy flooding in from the South Karmic Node of Fate, where Libra is holding it for you. So you're being extra asked to release things, to let things go, to set your boundaries, to evolve your ego. And we'll begin the night with the Five of Cups. Kind of had a feeling that this was going to be a little bit difficult for you air signs. So the Five of Cups is all about how you have put yourself into a lot of situations lately. Very heartfelt. It is a emotional, intuitive type of card. Okay, it's a water sign card. Things were flowing well for a while, but you had to let things spill out. You had to let things just play out, really. And they haven't been playing out so easily for you. This is heartbreak. But I love the Spellcasters Tarot card of the Five of Cups, their depiction, because he's still holding the Two Cups. And what are the Two of Cups in the tarot? The Two of Cups is all about soulmate union. Recognizing the self in someone else, right? So the Five of Cups here, it depicts that even though things have been rough, challenging, emotional, maybe you've been having a really hard time with even your emotional integrity, I'm feeling like you kind of maybe have lost it and just not been able to keep it together as much here recently. You're still poised and you still realize I'm still moving forward. And see, he's facing the water, the calm river. And he knows that he's going to have to go over this waterfall to get to where he needs to go. And it may get a little rocky. But he's going to put all of his energy, INERGY, into those 2 cups that he still has left. He is working on what he has, not trying to gain and not trying to mourn what he's lost. But this is the cup of loss, the card of loss. The Devil. In the challenging position, you have the Devil card, which is representation of Capricorn. By the way, this is a Scorpio card. The Devil here in this card depiction, you can see, sometimes we just get content with our bondage, get content with where we are, and bondage doesn't necessarily mean you're going to hell, to Satan, or anything like that. In fact, I don't even believe in Satan. I think it's a total fairy tale. But the Devil here is saying it's time to get serious about what it is that you want, because you're already been through it and you're already having to release and focus your energy somewhere else. What's been happening with you has not been working, and you know it. It's time to get serious. The High Priestess, you couldn't have a better follow-up card. The High Priestess is a young, intuitive energy. You have major life event, Arcana the Devil, and major life event, the High Priestess, okay? Even though the High Priestess here is completely empty and void, she keeps all the secrets in the Akashic Records. So the Akashic Records is the record of all souls in every incarnation that you've ever had in any existence, right? It's about understanding the light and the night side. See the duality here? Look, she's reading the record of the new soul, the new child. She doesn't have to have a physicality. And in fact, this full moon that we're having right now with Scorpio, I forgot to mention it, is with Spica, the fixed star Spica. And Spica, we're speaking, is only an energy type of essence of being. They don't normally take form, okay? So this is like emptying yourself out, knowing that you have all of the intuitive wisdom that's within you. But you've got to get serious about some things. This is not just like playtime cards here. This is pretty serious stuff going on. Outside of you, you got fun and games. There are people out there just like having themselves a good old big time. They're laughing, they're joyous, they're creative, they're doing their thing. Outside of you, coming in from outside of you, there is joy to be had. But there may be some people that are outside of you that are just like living it all up, and you're starting to feel like, damn it, I'm stuck here. Oh, that one just flew out. The Nine of Pentacles. Work, girl. Work, boy. Work it. Because this is the thing. If you work at releasing and zeroing in on what you have right now versus bitching about what you don't, or what happened to who, or being up in other people's business and saying this or that, seriously, if you focus on what you do, this Nine of Pentacles, she is completely, okay, first of all, it's a singular energy, okay? She does things alone, but she masters this, what she's doing. She's mastering building this wall. She knows what she's doing. Now, she also is a little bit tired. She's a little bit beaten, but she's got people around her that she can rely upon, but she seems to single herself out Like it's all about her. Like it's all about her. And she gets tired. She gets tired of watching all these people celebrate while she's working her ass off and feeling like she's bonded and all hurt and shit. Four of Swords. Lay it down. The Four of Swords says it's time to take a break, time to take a rest. Are you meditating? Are you giving yourself that time? You've been working your ass off. This is the slave driver. Slave driver card. Getting real serious. The High Priestess here. You have it all within you, darling. And there's a new moon. So I'm going to say, not this full moon, but 2 weeks from now upon the new moon, you'll feel a lot better. But don't worry about what other people are doing. Stay focused on you, but you're going to have to learn to have some fun. Even after all this sadness, all this tiredness, all this stuff that you're going through. I mean, it's like you're beating yourself to death. It's like you're trying, and all this other. But sometimes you just get involved in other people's business, and it's just not necessary. It's an unnecessary thing. Focus on you, because you're the only one here. You see, higher conscious revolution happens within you. It didn't happen with anybody else. It is I have. What do I have? Lay it down. Rest. Put your sword down. Put your mouth down. Quit getting in people's business. Quit talking smack to people, and then they'll stop doing their stuff, and you're successful. This is success cards, because this is Capricorn. Okay, both of these Capricorn. This is kind of Virgo too, though. But you gotta understand, these are not easy energies, and the loss that you had, you have to release. Climb the waterfall. Become that Knight of Pentacles that is steady. The Knight of Pentacles is the slowest knight in the deck, and it delivers communications, and it goes at its pace because it's going to stay stable with things. Okay, it's slow, it's methodical, it watches its words, it doesn't jump at people or jump at things to say. Why? Because you were given a second chance. Major life event, major arcana, the Judgment shows up for you. Major arcana, the Judgment. This happened in the past. You were risen. You did get another chance in the past, air signs. And Justice is below it. That's the Libra card. It's time to make your message count. No more frivolousness with your messaging. Make it count. And release. You got to release some of this constant going around and thinking in your head and saying things in your head and things moving in your head, that I got to do this and 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 this. And these people are over here just having a good old fucking time, and it's driving me crazy. Or these people said this and this and this and this, and I don't like it. Stop it, air signs. Lay it down. Rest. Let it go. See here? It says rest. Let it go. All right. For further information, we will pull from the Bone Oracle deck. What do the Bone Oracles have to say to the lovely air signs? The Bone Oracle deck. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Air signs. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And hermiting yourself. That's another thing that's coming through. Don't keep yourself inside just doing your thing all the time. You got to go out and do things that are different. This is the year to do different things, air signs. You can't do the same thing you've always done. It's that saying. Okay, I can hear my mother speaking. Can't do the same thing you always done. You'll get what you always got. So you got prudence, self-assurance, integrity, and clear-mindedness. Self-assurance, integrity, and clear-mindedness. You can't have a clear mind if you're going through all of this stuff and you're feeling all this stuff and you're saying all this stuff. You've got to be able to pull yourself together integrally. Integrally? I don't know if that's a word. And you got freedom. It's the cage. Release. Look at that. See that? Freedom, release, reclaiming your power. Release and reclaim your power. Don't stay locked up in the cage. And on the bottom, Trinity. Work on the Trinity. Work on the third energy. Everything creates a third energy. Everything. You plus another person, you plus your work, you plus your situation. Work on the energy. Don't work on them. Work on the energy. Don't work on you. Work on the energy. Balancing decisions, priorities, and adapting to change. You've got to adapt to change because this is all changing. Everything. Everything's changing. Everything. All of it. This is the years of massive change that's going to blow everybody away. It's coming big time. It's kind of here, but it's really not yet. It's going to be very interesting. All right. And finally, we will pull you one card from the Kali deck. What does Goddess Kali have to say to the beautiful air signs Libra, Aquarius, Gemini? Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. What does the Goddess Kali have to say? Please give me what you shimaki. Inoshiti, Kiki Kimokahani, Shinukai. Right there. All right. You got number 8, which is Kali Kapali. Kali Kapali, the goddess Kali Kapali, number 8. And by the way, 8 is the number of Scorpio. That's right. That's the number of Scorpio. Goddess Kali Kapali, right there. Okay, let's see what she has to say. What does she have to say? Number 8. For the air signs. All right. I'm not reading it all, but this is a great deck if you ever want to get it. My dear sweet moderator, Amy Ulrich, got it for me, and I love you. Thank you. She who wears the mala of skulls around her neck shall never abandon you. She shall be with you always, lifetime after lifetime, in unending tenderness and devotion, conquering that which would alienate you from your truth and creative power. Trust in the effectiveness of your prayers and requests for her assistance. Have confidence in divine intervention. No matter how dire things may seem right now, you shall transform a negative experience into a positive one that honors your soul. Okay, there's a lot more here, but I like to go over here to where it says, here it is. When Kapali manifests her presence, the powerful symbolic teachings of the skull are at play. Skulls represent an ending and also a triumph of a more powerful force, in this case, your divine will, over a lesser force, in this case, typically human ego or plans. The skull indicates a need to acknowledge that while we are powerful divine spirits with free will and much creativity, we also need to operate within the higher power of far greater wisdom. Such a spiritual hierarchy is not oppressive in any way. It is a sacred order that keeps us safe and helps us grow. At a soul level, we have agreed to walk a particular spiritual journey this lifetime. Our empowerment comes not through resisting, but engaging with our life path, no matter how mysterious, devastating, or deeply challenging our experiences may be. Whoo, shit. Commit yourself to participating and co-creating your life path with all the passion of your mind, body, and soul, while submitting to the greater workings of your destiny with all the trust your heart can muster. Jeez Louise. That is exactly your answer. So on point for you guys. Thank you, air signs. I love you. Have a beautiful week. We'll see you here next Tuesday. Work with the skull energy. And I would look up the Kali Kapali. There it is one more time if you want to take a picture. Kali Kapali. 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 I think that's how I'm saying it. If I'm saying it wrong, I apologize. All right. There we go. Thank you, air signs. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate you being here. We love you, love you, love you. All right, fire is next. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for being on it tonight. My gosh, everybody, thank the moderators. So good to have it already out there, right exactly when I'm ready. And that's right. Kelly Wood says, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And if you're just joining us, remember we have Taurus sponsor, the Dream Mystic, September Libra. She's an amazing mystic, okay? And she makes creative, awesome arts, and she's an oracle reader, and she's a Reiki master. There's all kinds of wonderful things. She's your sponsor, and she's going to give away a dream analysis, okay? This is good stuff. I mean, she's analyzed my dreams, and she blows me away every time. I often try to analyze my dreams, but she comes up with stuff that I would never think. Because it's so hard when you're trying to do your own dream, right? She does it. It's good. So you definitely want to get in on that. So the only way you can win is by being on YouTube and coming back to this video on this replay on YouTube and writing something. I don't care what you put. You can put hashtag Dream Mystic or hashtag Dream. I think that's what I put. It's all in the description of the video on YouTube and Facebook. You can write whatever you want. Just make sure your name gets on the replay in the comments, and then that way you'll be in for the drawing. So, all right, we're moving on, moving along. And next is fire, and we have the Everyday Enchantment Tarot for the fire signs. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Want to give this a little shuffle just to make sure they are ready for the fire signs. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. We're starting it up for you guys. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Woo woo! You guys are getting the fire from the North Karmic Node of Fate. You, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, you know, even though you're having challenges in other places of the chart, this North Node is really pushing you to go future forward and start looking at the path forward. You know, it's hard and challenging, extreme type of energies, yes, but you really got to look at what you have looking forward. We're seeing this like, okay, so like, and I don't know why we're getting the mountain goat, but it's like Capricorn is the mountain goat, right? Capricorn has to climb that mountain. Do you think that the mountain goat literally got to the top of the mountain just on the first try? No, he didn't. It took him a little bit, right? You know, he probably fell a few times. Probably cut up his knee a few times. Who knows? Maybe he lost one of his antlers. But he keeps going. And then he looks over and he sees the ram, the Aries ram. And the Aries ram is already at the top of the mountain. That's where the North Karmic Node of Fate. The North Karmic Node of Fate is so important. If you don't know where your North Node is, you need to know in your chart. Go to astrograph.com. Anyway, I don't know. That kind of had to come out for you guys. There's something going on with that. Woohoo! Fire signs. By the way, in honor, you know. If you know, you know. In honor of Scorpio, I brought out my Scorpio cup this time. See there? There is the first of the Scorpio and the back side of Scorpio. Scorpio can be real psycho and psychic. You don't ever want to release the wrath. In fact, I was at Team Light Conference for the solar eclipse in Bastrop, Texas. And somebody said to me, I can't remember exactly who it was. Somebody said to me, "You're a Scorpio? You're nice." Like they were shocked that I was a nice person because I'm Scorpio. And I was like, yeah. I was like, but I'm not just a Scorpio sun and just a Scorpio rising. I also have, you know, a big chunk of my first house is Sagittarius. So I'm real optimistic and I like to give chances and I like to roll with things. And I don't just cut you off until you've done it a few times, you know, and it's happened. And then I'm just like, nope, done, you know, and learning to evolve into a mature, you know, if you have a lot of Martian energy, your top will blow and you lose your shit on people. I used to lose my shit. So you got to realize when you have a lot of fire in your chart, you can combust just like a volcano. And with all this seismic activity happening on our planet, I wouldn't be surprised if we have some kind of explosions and stuff with seismic events and earth shakes. And I am not even kidding when I say I saw a map psychically in one of my visions that the actual physicality of the land is going to change. Now, I don't know exactly how, but I did see a couple of different ways. And then Julie Severn showed a couple of different ways on Cosmic Combos. Woo, by the way, don't forget, Cosmic Combos is coming up this Sunday. Yes, we have Jessica Black, y'all. We got Jessica Black. Goodness, she's going to light us up. She's a literal walking light beam. That's the only way I can describe it. So I had to throw that in there. Maybe you can put it up on the screen. I'll put it up in there. That's crazy. That's right. It's made by my friend Amberlyn with Bodies of Wood over in Kingsville. Amazing. She's made many of my art pieces, and she's so psychic, so intuitive. She doesn't even realize how intuitive she is. You know, I can download an idea into her, and then I wait. I never rush an artist. I'm just like, I know it'll come to you. I just trust. See, that's the thing, is taking the bull by the horns, Taurus season, and trusting in your path. Whatever is revealed to you, don't fight. Just trust. That's right. Sandy Reyes is here. She's got Leo and a Sagittarius moon. Yes, girlfriend. Yes, girlfriend. Oh, that's right. Kelly Wood, thank you we are always on the hunt for more moderators. If you'd like to be a moderator, you get all kinds of perks. You get discounts on sessions with me, and you get to be part of our mod squad, and you get to be kind of like in the in crowd with the Sparkle Tribe, and we are family. We love each other. We help each other. If something's happening in our lives, we let each other know, and we support each other. So we'd love for you to become a moderator. It's not required that you be here every single week either. It's just come when you can, you know. So it helps a lot, so that other people can have little breaks and stuff like that. But really, why would you want a break from this? Why? Okay, so that's my Aries moon. My Aries moon is out. Okay, it is the fire sign read, right? Nose is itching. Somebody's coming into money. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. If you come into money, fire signs, if you come into money, come back on this and let me know. Write it in the comments and let me know. Because it's always nice to get the validations. I'm just here as a conduit. I'm just here as a vessel, channeling all the information through your highest self. My highest self to your highest self. This is how this works, okay? Here we go. Ooh. Getting lots of chills on my night side, which is my shadow side. All of a sudden. Okay, there we go. Queen of Cups, followed by the Three of Coin, and followed by the Knight of Wands. There you are, fire signs, right there. Oh my, oh my, oh my. Okay, make sure you can see it. These are kind of bigger cards, so I'm going to back up the screen a little bit so you can see all of the cards in their entirety. There we go. Yeah, and I'm going to move this out the way so there's not a shadow. Okay. Poised, graceful, compassionate, and giving are your key words for this week, okay? Poised, graceful, compassionate, and giving. You must learn to work with others, realizing that you can't always just do it all. And the more poised, graceful, and compassionate and giving you are with others, the more you're going to receive that. And it's not about, see, this Three of Cups is your challenge position. It's not about saying it. It's not about expressing it. It's about being it. It's being compassion, being poised and graceful. Grace and ease. It's a feeling. It's an embodiment that you must, and you can do that well, fire signs, because you're fire. Fire is spirit. It's passion. It's motivation. It's instinctual, right? The Knight of Wands comes in and says, hello, baby. I am here for a message. So some kind of message is coming through that's quite and it may be really fast. You may get a really quick, fast message about you collaborating with others. And when you do, I want you to remember, compassionate, graceful, and poised. This is who I am. This is what I embody. Okay? Page of Wands, a young student. Totally, it's like, okay, so I'm getting like the vision of like, I'm showing my age here, but the Goonies. Remember the Goonies movie? You remember how excited they would get about like their discoveries and what they were unearthing and what they would see, and they were just learning like they didn't know. Remember that spark of elation for what they are discovering. But your compassion and your grace and you're poised through this. Somebody outside you extremely excited to work with you. Somebody wants to collaborate. Somebody wants to build with you. Somebody wants to be there with you to assist you, to help you. And you're going to get it fast. There's something fast. See this guy, he's riding in on this motorcycle. He's got his wrench hanging up above him, and he's got birds flying with him, and people are just like, wow, look how fast that fire sign is going. I can't even believe it. It's blowing our minds. Okay? This is fast, poised, and graceful energy. Collaborating with others. Building with others from what you have. Not what you can get. It's what you have, what you already have. The Ace of Coins, baby. See, I knew money was coming for you guys. There's some kind of something coming that's going to really help your bank. You got something coming that's going to really pump you up to where you can do more collaboration, to where you can expand and grow to build your foundation, because you're building a foundation through grace, compassion, and poised embodiment. Okay? Yeah, look at him. He's got it, man. He's got it, but he's just at the beginning. Remember, the ace is a seed, and we're planting it now, okay? It's a seed. It's a seed of abundance. It's a seed of wealth. It's a seed of growth. You must water the seed with compassion, grace, and they want to add in real stability, like stability. There must be a stable. You're going to be the stable one. They may be all over the place, and they may be so excited, but you're going to, just with your energy field, bring it in and make it happen. Followed by the Two of Cups. See there? I knew it. The Two of Cups. So this is two souls meeting, saying, hey, man, I know you. I see you. I know who you are. I've known you in a past life. I've known you. I've known your energy. You and I know each other. It could be even a romantic union, but this feels more like something you're truly building to assist you in the long run. And if somebody comes through and they're so excited and so passionate, and so just let them and allow them to be so, while you embody compassion, grace, and now stability, because you have this coin here, and there's some kind of soul union that's happening, and trust in that. There's something happening here with this. That's, look, holy cow, you got the Ace of Wands on the bottom. The Ace of Wands is here for you fire signs. That is your wand. Take your wand and build your dream through grace, compassion, joy, bliss, and stability. Embodied. Two of Coins right there. Look, so you got the Ace of Coins, the Two of Coins, the Two of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. Okay. So these are beginning stages. These are beginning stages. And then you also have the 3 of coin back here. Okay. So you've got a lot. It's a blank slate. What are you going to fill on your blank slate? I said, I felt like Creator whenever the eclipse happened 2 weeks ago. And remember, this Scorpio moon is a accumulation of the Libra lunar eclipse, the Aries solar eclipse, and now we have the Scorpio full moon saying, okay, it's time to metamorphosize the situation. You have a couple of weeks to handle all this. Okay. So the Ace of Wands says, dream it and it will come. Build it and it will come. Right? Build it and it will come. Trust. But this is the key. This right here is the key to be and embody that beautiful, intuitive, compassionate, graceful, giving soul that you are. And remember that in every now moment. Remember in every now moment that you're compassionate and you're giving. And it's embodied. It's not about saying it. It's not about doing it. It's just about being it. All right. Now, we're also going to get, for further clarification, we will get the Earthbone Tarot. No, Earthbone Oracle. Excuse me. I'm starting to get, as this goes, I get a little high on this energy, so I get a little spacey because I'm in and out and they're coming in and out. So, okay, there went one flying. You can't make it up. You got number 42, which is the meadow. Okay, the meadow. The meadow. You're going through the meadow of success, positivity, blessings. Look at this. Happy skeleton. And all of those flowers for spring, right? How beautiful is that? And then we have, let's get one more. Oh, okay. These cards like to just fly for some reason, but we got one more out of all that. The Apprentice. So this Page of Wands, the student that's coming in from outside you, it's the apprentice. You're learning. This is higher beliefs, wisdom. This is total Sagittarius energy, by the way. You know, that deep, higher wisdom that you are seeking is already within you. So there you go. Higher education, beliefs, and wisdom. What are you learning? Okay? Look, she already knows. She has it within. The antlers, that's another thing, you know, that when we started this, I can't remember if it's this read or not. When we started this, wasn't I speaking to the goat and the ram? Yes, I was. So there you go. There's another clue to the reading, and the full moon is right there. See? All right. Now, on the bottom, you have prudence. I believe this already came out once. Prudence, self-assurance, integrity, and clear-mindedness. See, that's like Libra. She's got the scales there, okay? Integrity, balance. That was another word that was coming out for you guys, I believe, was integrity or stabilization, something like that. You may get crossed. You know, none of this energy straight up is going to be super simple. It's not going to be super easy, but it's going to all start with how you hold yourself and what you're being. How are you being on the inside is a reflection of what's going to come to you from the outside. That's right. Compassion, grace, poise, embodiment, stability. Exactly. Thank you, Sandy, for writing that out. Okay. Calling on the Kali, Goddess Kali, the demon slayer. Slay your demons. Matangi. So you got Matangi here. Matangi. Number 24, which that's another 24. I think you had a number 6 in one of the other cards too. No, it was 42. Meadow. Okay, so here you go. So so that you can have a look at that card for TikTok. Remember, everybody on TikTok, if you come over to Chanda Sparkles Astrology on YouTube, you can see all the cards and everything on the screen. It's right there in my bio, the link. There you go. Matangi. Look at her. She is in charge. Look at her. Look at her. She can do multiple things, all knowingly. And she has a companion. So let's see what she has to say about Matangi. Matangi. Kali Matangi. 24. All right. Matangi. She is the tantric queen of outcasts, unveiling hidden inner power to thrive outside of conventional society. She holds the secret teachings of the power of the voice, of the healing power art and music, of the healing power of art and music. She is the divine feminine medicine for the lost, the alienated, those who have been cast away. If you have been denied love and respect, she brings healing and empowerment. If you have suffered rejection, abandonment, or been labeled as an unworthy in any way, she brings dignity and repair. She is the ignition of a creative, joyful, vibrant life path of being. My mind is blown right now. How in the world? Okay, here we go. I blow my own mind sometimes. Okay. She argues the overcoming of a toxic pattern or a situation. If you have been feeling at the mercy of another person or situation, she reassures you that you have the spiritual power within to claim your energy as your own. She will assist you in shedding psychic contaminations or residues from others and in the convention. If you have, hold on. She will assist you from others and you need have no fear. Excuse me, I got off the wrong line. As Matangi operates outside systems and convention, as Matangi operates outside of conventions and other wisdoms, you are feeling afraid or victimized within like a system of bureaucracy or your work or any kind of shit like that, right? You are asked to seek sanctuary in her and trust in her overriding power. No fasts or other purification rituals, no initiations or other forms of teaching are required to practice Matangi mantra. She encourages music and dance as a way to connect with her and receive her blessings. She reminds us that the divine eye, we are lovable and worthy and acceptable as we are. Hers is a joyful path of the heart. So that's the thing. So if you've been to any of my events, we had a sacred medicine circle here this weekend and a journey. And a couple of newbies came that I love dearly. But they realized that I do sacred work joyfully, blissfully, with fun and elation, and keeping it light while holding compassion, grace, wisdom, and stability. Because when you do it through dance, for example, like Matangi is saying, you can't go wrong. You can't be mad while you're dancing, even if you're a bad dancer. Who gives a shit, right? Just do it. And you can move that fire. I know you can. Move it, move it, move it, move it, move it. There you go. That's right. That is right. What's up, Robin? Glad to have you here. Yes, yes, yes. Very good, Lynn. I'm glad that it's on point. Oh, very good. She's been seeing hawks. Awesome, awesome. Hi, Christy. Glad to see that you're here as well. More people are popping in on the chat over here on YouTube and Facebook. Yes, we're multi-streaming over here with multiple cameras on TikTok. Please come on over to Chanda Sparkles YouTube. All right, Rosa, I see you there as well. And Ernestine, I think it is. Yes. Okay. Yay. Joe says, I love the Goonies. Love the Goonies. Yes, yes. Okay. Compassion, graceful, and poise. That is your message. Unala shete mokana he. Unai shete te mokakana. Uchi ka ino u shit ka ai. I love you. You are another us in Lakesh. Namaste. Okay, very good, fire signs. Who's next? Who is next? We have an, oh, yes. Kellywood says we have fire coming up next, the fire signs. Thank you, thank you. Have a beautiful week. Thank you for being here. All right, let's see here. And bye-bye, fire. And hello, water. What's up to the water signs? All right, let's give this a little bit of a shuffle just to make sure. And they're calling me to gather these. By the way, nobody gets the same Kali card. I always do, like on those kind of cards, I always keep them separate and putting them back in the deck. It's just something that I'm called to do. Yeah, you guys had a pretty good reading, fire signs. That's awesome. That's awesome. But we're moving into the water signs, and it's all about that Queen of Cups, embodying that Queen of Cups. Embody that Queen of Cups. Yeah, it's better to be on the YouTube. There's more people on the YouTube. But you can be wherever you want to be. You can be wherever you want to be. It's up to you. But there's more people over on the chat on the YouTube than there is on the Facebooks and the Facebook groups. All right. That's done. That's done. And guess what? Because it is the Scorpio full moon, you know I'm going to bring out the naughty, sexy cards for Scorpio, because Scorpio rules sex and death and all the deep, dark stuff. And sometimes, you know, it's okay to have a little kinky, dark sex. Who knows, you know? Nobody. Who's going to judge you besides yourself? I find sex very spiritual. And in fact, when I used to have sex a lot, when I was married, it was always extremely tantric and moving, and the energy was just so magnetic. That's why I won't just settle for whatever, you know. It's gonna have to be that again in order for me to do that again. So we're going into water signs. So I'm feeling like there's energy coming in from the shadow side, and I'm seeing, like, hearing, it's like the sheen of darkness shall shine again. And my baby cat is up here. Again. I was running late, and I ended up not being able to let him outside, and he is hanging around. So he just arrived. I have a cat. His name is Baby Kitty. That's his name, Baby Kitty. He has baby blue eyes, and he's completely deaf. And he's an energy transmuter. And when I have, like, death dealer clients here in the past, haven't had any in a while, but he will go up and he'll just knead on them. And he will lay, like, literally near wherever they've got cancer or whatever. It's pretty amazing. And, like, I had a horrible stomach ache. I don't even know when it was, a couple nights ago. He came right up, and he doesn't normally lay right on me. He lays next to me on the side. Oh, now he's going in to play with the gongs. He likes to go into the sound room now, and he'll hang out in there. It's kind of interesting, because before he didn't do that. You know, he was kind of just stayed downstairs, and now he's all of a sudden decided to come upstairs, and so I'm glad. Anyway, we have the energy of the cat here. If any of you have a cat, I don't know if you have a cat or not, but Water signs, here we go. Love, love, love you, Colleen. Thanks for being here. Awesome. And we've got Kellywood and Christy. They're both water. There we go. All right, here we go. Here we go. Now remember, if you're on the TikTok, you can see all the cards and everything on the board with me on the board. He's meowing. Yes, I know. I'm almost done. I'll give you a treat. See, I still talk to him even though he can't hear me because he understands. Let me do this. No. I do sign language to him. Just a minute. I'm almost finished, okay? It's all right. He just looks at me like, lady, I want to go outside. He loves to be outside. He's an outside cat. He doesn't go anywhere. He just hangs on the patio, and sometimes he goes down by the boat dock. But he never climbs the fence. He never leaves. He knows he's safe back there, and he's just intuitive like that. All right, here we go. Kelly says, cat energy is awesome. Yes, it is. All right, full moon in Scorpio, water sign, Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Scorpio, Pisces, and Cancer. Still getting that stuff going on over here. No. Now he's going downstairs. No. He'll be all right. He'll stop in a second. Oh, that just went flying. The devil. And I was feeling the shadow side. And what was it that I said? I said something about the shadow and the sheen or something like that. Okay. They're coming out in packs. So we've got the devil for the water signs to start out. Now remember, this has nothing to do with religion. This has to do with control, passion, big sex. See, he's holding that big old phallus. Okay. And then we have the Two of Swords in the challenge position. And then we have the Two of Cups. And then we have the Fool. Major life event, the Fool. Major life event, the Devil. I'm going to zoom this in a little bit so you can see better. Okay. Well, something within your water sign relations, like literally, I feel like you've been challenged here recently, water signs, within your relations, because you wouldn't have the Two of Cups and the Two of Swords here. It's something that you're not wanting to see, something that you're really not wanting to deal with. And it's kind of like you're at a crossroads in your mind, and you know you're going to have to do one thing or another, but you also know that this is a soul union. You are dealing with a soul union. Now, it could be a soul union love reunion, or it could be like a soul union between you and a coworker that you recognize. It's a soulmate card. This is a soulmate card, okay? This right here is a soulmate card right there. That's a soulmate, okay? Now, it could be a loving soulmate, but it could also be something else. It could be just somebody that you recognize, that you're like, I recognize your energy. I know I've seen you here before. You know, something like that. We've had a past life together, something like that. But the Fool, major life event, the Fool being right below Mr. Devil card, which I've got to show. This is the Devil in the sexual magic tarot. You know, this right here, complete control. There's somebody wanting complete control. You're not wanting to give up the control. There's somebody that just continuously, now I also feel like for some of you, not all of you, but some of you, there's somebody that continuously does something. And, you know, the devil can be about addictions. It can be about bondage. It could be about being held back and the shadow that lies within us. Your own shadow holding you back. But I feel like this has really to do with somebody else that keeps bringing this shadow forward, bringing the shadow forward, bringing the shadow forward. And you give up and you give in. And that's not good. Because this right here outside of you, somebody's leaving. Somebody's walking. Somebody's not going to stick around. Okay, the Fool jumps before he looks to see where he's leaping. The Fool says, I'm instinctually going for this. I'm walking, I'm leaving, I'm going, and I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing. And this has you upset. You've wanted to have control of this situation, I feel. But you have not wanted to really, truly see it for what it is. So, water signs. The Devil, the Two of Swords in the challenge position, the Two of Cups, the Fool, and the Ten of Swords. It's over, man. Harsh endings. Harsh endings for the water signs. That's why you didn't want to see it. You didn't want to see what was coming. You knew intuitively it was coming, but you didn't want to see it, right? You just wanted to continue. And that's not, it's not going to work that way. Somebody's walking. Somebody outside your life is walking, and you're not going to have no control over it. You can't. You wanted control, but you can't have it. The Emperor. You cannot make this stuff up. So the Emperor is all about control. Okay? So you've got the beginning of this read with the Devil, bondage, addiction, shadow, coming up within you, but I feel like it's within somebody else. And then them wanting to continuously come back. Oh, look here, try this, let's do this. Or, hey, what about this? I promise it'll be different this time. I promise it'll be different. So you go back in. Soulmate. It's okay. They're going to change. Things are going to get better. Things are going to be easier. Nope. They walk. They're foolish. This dude, he's walking and he doesn't even see that he has a snake there right around his foot. He's about to be bit. He has no idea what he's about to be walking into, but you see it, and you've been trying to avoid it. You've been trying to keep control of the situation. But then you realize, and they realize, that it's over. It's over. It's over. The Ten of Swords is one of the harshest cards to get in the tarot. See, look, she is basically sitting there realizing that her partner is having sex with somebody else right outside of her window. It is over. Let it go. This is the best time to let it go. The Emperor here says you're still going to be large and in charge. You're just going to have to be looking in another direction because, look, he's looking away. He's sitting on his throne. He's like, what do I do now? On the bottom, you got the Eight of Pentacles. So don't let the dog back in the door, water signs. Be a cat. Be nocturnal. Be who you are. But don't let that back in the door. This is the thing. This Eight of Pentacles says you are focused on your work. You're focused on what you're doing. You're not going to allow anybody else or anything else to come in and screw with that. The Knight of Swords. This is because you got a message. You got a message back when about this whole situation, and you knew what was truly going on here, but you chose not to look. Ooh, I'm getting weebie-jeebies. Okay. Big time from the light side. Big time. Yes. I know I'm on point here with somebody. Okay. Ooh. Jeez Louise. Okay. I'm sorry for your hurt. We're sorry that you were hurt. We're sorry that you're hurt. It's all part of your ascension. It's all part of your ascension. Transformation. Cycles cannot begin until they end, right? The end of the cycle has to happen for a new beginning. We live in a world full of cycles. This is a 3D construct that we can tap in and out of other realities, higher dimension. But at the essence of it, going from a caterpillar to a butterfly, going from living in a 3D vessel to not, is complete metamorphosis. And that is the ascension. And finally, oops, that's upside down, my bad. You have blood moon, illusion, uncertainty, and narcissism. Illusion, uncertainty, and narcissism, water signs, right there. You can't keep yourself in the blind, okay? The Two of Swords, originally, the Two of Swords says she normally has the swords crossed, and she has a blindfold on because she's in illusion. She don't want to see. She just wants to keep going in her fucking loop over and over and over. The things are going to do. No, water signs, break the cycle. Kick the bondage and the devil and the control bullshit to the curb. Realize if you're with a narcissist that it's not going to work. It's the classic cycle of the narcissist and the empath, right? It's the classic cycle of the narcissist and the empath. Thank you, Sandy. Thank you so much. It's the classic cycle. The only way that you can move through this fully is to embody compassion for yourself and let it go. It's fated. Look at this. You got fate on the bottom of the deck. Alignment, decisive moments, opportunistic. This is all fated. Every single bit of this is fated, okay? You're all fated. Take the opportunity of this fated situation to break the cycle. No matter what, no matter. And finally, we are going to hear from Kali. Let's see what Kali, the goddess Kali, has to say for the water signs. We're allowing the release. We're allowing the release. Kagda. 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 Okay? Kagda. Let's see what Kagda has to say. That is number 9, by the way, and that is the end of the road, as well as this Ten of Swords. Nice thing about the Ten of Swords is that it's the end. It's not going to keep on happening. It's over, but you're dead on the floor, or somebody's dead on the floor. Somebody's done. Figuratively or literally sometimes. And don't remember, and you know, this is the other thing. You have to be able to trust that if somebody dies, it's their path. They're done. They came to do what they were supposed to do, and they're done. No matter. Humanity is really screwed up people when it comes to death. Because, you know, we should be celebrating them going home. Shit. She wields the holy sword of divine severance, empowering the soul in radical letting go. She insists the courage to bear the pain of loss and the wisdom to realize the secret blessing that can only arise when we embrace change. Where our strength of our will may falter, she intervenes to ensure we do not sabotage our ultimate fulfillment and spiritual progress. Don't sabotage yourself for somebody else, no matter how hurt you may be. She will not allow our souls to be insured in any kind of deception or trapped in fear, bondage. She is the liberator, and her sword clears the path, revealing the truth. All right, now listen up to this. Ooh, I'm chilled all over. This is just too much. I almost want to cry. Okay. When Kali Devi's sword appears as a message, she advises to whatever we are struggling with and can and should be handed over to the higher power. She will sever the threads of attachment, and we can trust that if someone or something is meant to remain in our lives or to return according to divine love and wisdom, then it so shall be. If we need to go against divine love to keep something, it can only create more suffering. She will not only remove that impediment on your path, but support you so that the release brings you joy rather than endless sorrow. The divine workings in a struggle are moving through you at this time. There is a predestined series of events due to occur as orchestrated at a higher level decree. This timing will incorporate the past of those you have soul contracts with and the movement of the collective consciousness. For you to be at the appropriate vibration to move in harmony with where you need to be and whom you need to be interacting with, certain releases have to take place now. You can trust in the doors that close just as much as in the doors that will open as a result. All right. Thank you to the water signs. Let go, release, and call upon and you can look this up, the Kagda. There you go. Look it up. Find out more wisdom from the Kagda and call upon that to have the strength. You know, it's not an easy thing to let go. But she will make sure of it, that it's severed. Thank you to the water signs. Thank you, Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. And blessed Scorpio full moon to you Scorpios. It's the only one you get this year. No more bondage. No more addictions. No more being trapped. No more being held in fear. You have to let it go so that the cycle, sometimes when we interfere with things like that, even though we do it out of love and compassion, we're messing with the Creator's cycle. The Creator has a plan. You can't mess with that cycle. All right, looks like we're down to earth signs and earth signs. Yes, let's give these a little shuffle for the next thing here. All right. You're welcome. I'm with you. I understand. Thank you. All right. You're welcome. Thank you for being here. Reset the energy for the earth signs. Earth signs, earth signs. Oh, that coconut water is so delicious. So we will be using the Beautiful Creatures deck for the Earth sign read. That's Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So we know that you have a long road ahead of you. And it's been a struggle to get there. But you keep climbing and you keep going. Because there's going to be a grand payoff at the end of this for you. Capricorn, Virgo, and Taurus. Let's go. I heard just a wee bit more. Just a wee, like I heard and it came from here. A wee bit more. The world, completion. You got the last card of the Major Life Event, Major Arcana cards, the world. The last one. That is completion. That's victory coming into accumulation. Just like we are all as a collective coming to this accumulation of these eclipse seasons and the equinox and everything, right? And we have Beltane coming on the 1st of May. You know, that's halfway through the spring. We're almost to the summer in the northern hemisphere. Okay? Beltane in the southern hemisphere, you're halfway through the fall, almost to your winter, right? For all of my New Zealand and Australians and Africans. I have a follower who's in Africa. So interesting, right? All right, here we go. Okay, it's going to come out in packs for you tonight. I'm going to make sure these are bigger cards, so I'm going to back it up just a little bit so you can see them all. All right. You have Major Life Event, Major Arcana, the Temperance. That's Sagittarius energy. The Knight of Swords. You know, I believe that the Knight of Swords has come out every single reading at least 3 times. The Ace of Cups coming outside of you. The Ace of Cups. A loving offer of some sort. The Empress. Major Life Event Arcana, the Empress. This is Taurus energy right here. And the Ace of Swords. Wow. So there's only 4 aces in the deck of 72 cards. And you got 2 of them here. You've got the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Swords. Something is ending. Something is coming to a complete end and a beginning. This is a total death and rebirth cycle for you. Okay? Maybe literal, maybe, you know, just endings. Big endings. These are big endings. This is a long road that you've been on. And now your challenge here is to literally celebrate it. Like, be in celebration, like embodiment. There's a lot of energy about embodying things tonight. And I feel for you, it's more about embodying not only celebration, but joy within, that you can balance it all out. The Knight of Swords is a messenger. It's also Gemini energy, okay? So when the Knight of Swords comes in, he's the fastest knight in the deck. Okay, he energy and communications coming quick. He's in and out. So some kind of information is going to come in very quick because you've come to this ending. You're at this really big ending in your life. Outside of you, it's going to be this loving offer. There's going to be some kind of something that emotionally lights you up, something intuitively that just goes, oh man, that's so great. I'm so happy that this is happening. But it's coming from outside of you, okay? So like it could be another person, it could be a situation, whatever it is, you'll recognize it when it comes within the next 2 weeks. Thank you. And then the Empress. So the Empress is embodied poise, Simple. It's very simple. Simple energy. But it's the birthing. Okay? It's the birthing. Literally, this is like the death, and this is the birth. Birthing new existences. Birthing yourself into a new existence. Birthing yourself into some kind of a positive, loving existence that is smart. Because see, the One of Swords here is the Ace of Swords. And that's all about your intellect, how you're thinking, how you're communicating, what you're saying. But it's a seed. Earth signs, it's just a seed. These are seeds, okay? So you just got a seed, and you might have just gotten a message. You know, maybe you get an intuitive download of some sort. But this Temperance, this is the one I want to focus on. So the Temperance card, you have it all within you to balance and alchemize the situation. The ultimate alchemist, okay, is the Temperance. No matter what, and staying in that jovial state, staying in that optimistic state, no matter what comes your way, because stuff's going to come in fast. You don't get the Knight of Swords without fast stuff coming in. Might shock you a little bit, but I feel like it's a real loving offer, because you would not have coming in from outside of you the Ace of Cups. The Empress says it's time to birth. You've come to a victory at this point, and it's time to birth something new into existence. Wow. So many major life event, major arcanas on the board for you here. That's a total of 4. On the bottom, you have the Fool. On the bottom of the deck, you've got the Fool. Okay? So, realize this is all about what ideas are coming into existence that is bringing you this wonderful hope, that you're like super, like, I'm really digging this. Like, I'm liking this situation. What can I do with it? How can I build? How can I evolve? I want to get creative. I need to birth this new thing into existence. The Fool says it's time to just jump in. Just jump in. Don't feel like you have to nitpick all of this, Earth signs, like you often do. Don't feel like you have to have it all figured out. Go with each now moment. The Fool is Aries energy. Jump in. Instinctive fire. Why? Because you had the fascination and the intuition to know to take the bull by the horns a while back. You knew to make this change a while back. It's not like you weren't in the know. You know, the King of Cups is, yes, embodied love, compassion, intuition, but the difference between him and the Queen of Cups is that he is all about the intellect. Okay, he's about the mind. He's genius, and he understands the workings of how the intellect has to go, right? Through intuition and compassion, poise and grace. Jump in. It is time to jump in. Wow, this is a great reading for you. Lots of endings, though. Lots of endings happening. And you gotta just let it go. And you have to trust in the divine, trust in yourself, that every single moment you are guided. Say it, Earth signs. Every single moment I am guided. I'm guided in every moment. Be conscious of your consciousness. I say it a lot. Be conscious of your consciousness. Yes, rebirthing yourself. Lynn says it right there. Perfect. All right, here we go. Let's see what the Earth Bone has to say for the Earth signs. Earth Bone. Come on now. What do we got? Okay, first of all, I can smell across the belt, and I haven't been smelling a whole lot lately, but recently it kind of started popping back in. I think it was because I did that sacred medicine journey this past weekend. And I'm smelling pine trees. Like a pine, like I remember when I was younger, my father would take us up to the mountains and cut down a tree. And we lived in the desert, Midland, Texas, oil and gas desert, right there near like the border of New Mexico, not too far from there. And he would take us, and we would I remember that way that tree smelled in the house. And that's kind of what I'm smelling right now. So something to do with pine trees for you guys. Or maybe use some pine essential oils in your mix, or go with pine something. not pine sol. Ugh. But the essence of the pine, use the pine needles. If you've got a pine tree near you, cut them off. Get you some branches and put them in like a little pot and put them on your stove and let the essence of the pine, because that's what's going to happen, is it's going to solidify some of this rebirth energy. Okay? Birth with pine. Visionary. Confidence, passion, and self-worth. Visionary. You have to vision it to make it happen, right? With passion. The Fool card. Jumping in. What is your vision? That is also the Ace of Swords. What's your vision, Earth signs? All you have to do is hold that vision. And this is really, Taurus season is about, are you worthy within yourself? It's not about if other people feel like you're worthy or what the value that they have in you. It's about the value that you see in yourself. This is value. You've got to have value in yourself. You know, you got to see the value in yourself and be the value in yourself. Wow, it came out again. Blood moon. So the blood moon came out for the earth signs. How interesting. It came out for the water signs and it came out for the earth signs. Illusion, uncertainty, and narcissism. So you got to be careful for that kind of stuff, right? The uncertainty can screw up your vision. You know, it really can. And you've got to be careful. I mean, you got to be careful and trust in yourself versus dealing with the other. What's on the bottom? You got it too. Ascension. You got the Ascension right on the bottom of the deck, right there. This is part of the Ascension. It's a transformation cycle. It's the end of a cycle and beginnings. Booyah. Let's see what Mother Kali has to say for you earth signs. And that pine was really strong. It came and left, but that pine was seriously strong. So definitely something with the pine. Yay, I'm happy to hear that. Ah! Okay, these just went flying. So, like, what are we doing? We're going to take from these. Okay. So, we're going to make 2 stacks. Take these away. Mother Kali, which one is it? Which one is it? It's this one. Okay. Yes, get some pine branches from the neighbor's tree and then do a little research. Look it up. There's all kinds of really good healing properties to the pine. Using the needles with the, in fact, I was sent pine from Amy Ulrich up in Washington, and I put it around the holidays, around the winter solstice, in a pot with some lemon. Was it lemon or orange? Some slices. But because I looked it up, and I was like, what's the brew that I can make and I can put all that energy into the house? You know, because I don't have any pine trees down here. I'm on an island. This is the longest sandbar in the world, and that's where I live. So there's just... Ooh. You got number 43, Gauri Devi. Gauri Devi. Gauri Devi. Gauri Devi. I hope I'm saying that right. Gauri Devi. Gauri Devi for the Kali card. Gauri Devi. Look at her. Gauri Devi. Wow. Okay, let's see what Gauri Devi has to say. 43. That's a 7. That means patience. Patience, patience. You are at the beginning of something here. It's not going to happen overnight. But you got to jump in with an excitement and a spirit, I feel. Why am I going so far? There is a... Maybe she's the last one. I don't know. Jeez. Okay, hold on. No, 44 is the last one. All right. champion of the sweet souls with fierce hearts who are underestimated and passed over. She who is gentle as the deer and ruthless as the lioness, who is the capacity within the awakened heart to rise, to overcome obstacles, to have faith without any evidence of victory, and to rally the spirit until the right moment to act and to win is felt. She is non-conformity and the freedom to be one's true self. Recognize your own beauty and value, irrespective of whether or not. Okay, hold on. Recognize your own beauty and value, irrespective of whether another has the capacity to behold it. At this time, you shall shine. Basically, knowing the value within, right? Knowing the value within, whether or not other people see it or not. Okay, hold on. Let me go over here. When Gari Devi arises in a reading, you are asked to check your boundaries and tune into your capacity to hiss, to realize you are entitled to be kind, but also to be respected. If you have seen yourself as a badass, it is time to embrace your softer side. If you have been soft and doubted your ability to stand up for yourself, you have simply forgotten that you are also Kali. Play with the balance and with what resonates, and know that if you allow for it, the divine will spontaneously arise from within, and in whatever form shall accomplish the task. In whatever form shall accomplish the task. Take responsibility for the consequences of your actions while trusting in her methods that allow flow through you. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Look her up. The Gari Devi. Look her up. Look her up. Research, Earth signs. You come through a lot. You're literally birthing yourself into a new existence. Have patience through the birth process and understand that nothing happens overnight. That it does take simple, stable steps. But at the same time, you've got to have that spirit of just jumping in without knowing, while valuing yourself within. So I think that's cool. I love you so very much. This has been so much fun. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you to everybody on TikTok. I appreciate you guys being here. Double tap the screen for me if you will. And I will see you here next Tuesday. We do this every single Tuesday, 6 p.m. Central, 7 Eastern. It's 4 Pacific. And I believe it's 11 p.m. Universal Time. But every time they change the time, I get a little screwy on that. So, yeah, I know your value. That's right. Know your value. Know your value. Thank you so much. And everybody, please remember, there is a contest going. Come back to the replay video and make sure that you comment as soon as this YouTube video uploads so you don't forget. If you do forget, I'll be posting it out on my Facebook pages and in the groups. Thank you to all the lovely groups. And thank you to the moderators. I love you all so much, and I appreciate you. And if you wouldn't mind, please hold love in your heart for those who are struggling mentally. This is a real psychic shit show. I mean, there's a lot of real psychology stuff messing with people's brains, and there's not a lot of people that can handle this kind of energy like you can. So hold space, prayer, hold the world in your loving heart, and let's try to heal as we go through this metamorphosis Scorpio moon next couple of weeks with Mars and Neptune coming together. It could be some pretty severe things happening in the collective. So All right, I will see you next week. Thank you. Please do. Please do. Make sure that you come back, okay? I love you. Thank you, Donna. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you, Karen. And thank you, everybody over here on TikTok. I'm going to go ahead and end this now. I appreciate you. Okay. And you know what? You know what to do. Walk in the light and spread the sparkle.